Hello everyone and welcome to the introduction to AWS crash course. I'm thrilled to be your instructor for this journey. Throughout my career, I had a privilege to work on diverse projects and solving challenges into the DevOps domain. As your instructor, my primary goal is to ensure your success. I'm passionate about my sharing information and expertise with the students and empowering them in excelling their careers. With an engaging and supportive teaching style, I'm here to guide you through each and every step of the learning journey. Feel free to reach me out with any questions and concerns. I'm here to help. Thank you for joining us, and I'm here to embark on this journey together. With further ado, let's deep dive into the fascinating world of AWS. Thanks a lot. Hi everyone. In this session, we are going to see some of the question sets. The first question is going to be what is server? And there is always a follow-up question on this. What are the disadvantages of on-prem or traditional computing? So in this, the interviewer is always trying to set the pace of how the interview is going to be taking place. So these are the very basic questions that the interview starts with. So in order to answer them, let's see. So the answer is going to be as following. So if we are taking the interview in terms of AWS, so it is going to be started as in terms of AWS, a server is typically refers to a virtual or a physical machine, an operating system, and hosting applications and services. So any system, whether it's a mobile, laptop, who can host an applications on it, can be considered as a server. So in the context of AWS, the servers are generally EC2 machines. So when we talk about servers in AWS, we generally talk about the EC2 machines. Following up on the same, the second part of the question was the problems into the traditional system. So the user or the questioner is gonna ask what was the problem, why we switched from the traditional system to the cloud. So the answer is because of the cost of physical access, like we have several systems out there, several servers out there which needs to be managed manually. Requirement of power supply, cooling, and maintenance of those servers were done at the traditional center by the team. So manpower was required. We require 24/7 monitoring. So if we have n number of server, we are going to make sure everyone is running successfully. Rather than if someone fails, it should be notified and rectified at that point of time. So in that situation, we are going to require 24/7 monitoring. So and in order to manage all these systems, we require space and data centers so that we can make sure things are happening at the right space. Moreover, when there is a issue in scaling and disaster issues, so in terms of sales, let's take an example whether we are having sale in Amazon or any other e-commerce site. So during that site, the traffic consumption is so huge, we want the system to manage them accordingly. Auto scaling should take place and everything should be managed automatically, but in the traditional system this was not easy to achieve. So that's why we switched to traditional to cloud. So this is the first section the person or the interviewer wants to know. In the second part of the question, they want to understand. The question goes like, what is cloud computing and what are the benefits of it? So these are the basic sets of questions the interviewer wants us to answer. In the cloud computing, the basic definition is like it's an on-demand delivery of computing services, including servers, storage, databases, networking, and n number of things related to the system. So everything related to the system, servers, or computing services are gonna be offered over the internet. So all the service can be accessed over the internet rather than managing them physically. So typically you don't have to manage all the things at your end. So you have to just pay. So it's more or less like a renting system at a single click. Uh, So it is provided as pay as you go basis, allowing organization to lower their operating cost, run their infrastructure more efficiently, and scale business as the need changes. So this is the basic requirement of the cloud computing. So let's see some of the benefits of it. So we have the flexibility. So flexibility of choosing which kind of machine. So when we opt for the cloud computing, we have n number of options like which kind of machine we need to acquire. So let's take an example, very basic example in terms of Windows machine. So we require i3. Currently, for the particular task, I require i9 type of machines or i11, or as per the requirement, I require different kind of machine. So I do have the flexibility of choosing what kind of processor I require. Scalability, whether I require one server or thousands of servers. So all this is possible on a single click. Cost effective. Why so cost effective? So when we are working into the traditional system, we have to buy the system. We have to maintain that. So there is a huge cost related to it. Whereas we in the cloud just pay for the R system. So how much time we are going to utilize? So that is going to be marked as cost effective. High availability. So we have several regions available into the working. So in this, that makes the situation highly available. So global accessibility. So we can go global on a single click. We can opt for the high performance and security side. So all those features are available into the cloud computing. So the interviewer wants to know some of them like flexibility, scalability, cost effectiveness, high availability. These are the basic terms you should know for the benefits of cloud computing. So these are the some of the question sets the users looks for. Thanks a lot everyone. Continuing up the same, let's see few more questions. So the first question is, what are the different kinds of clouds? So what is the difference between private cloud, public cloud, or hybrid cloud? In either of the way, the interviewer can ask you the question. So whether what are the different types of cloud and what is the difference between private, public, or hybrid cloud? So basically, we have three clouds into the working. One is the public cloud. It is available for everyone. Then there is private cloud. It is generally utilized into the more secure environment, let's say for the defense or health. So even you personally can have your private cloud. So, but these are the basic organization that always focuses on the private cloud. Then we have a third kind of cloud, which is public plus private. So public cloud is available for everyone like Azure, AWS, GCP. So all these clouds are available for everyone. Anyone can use it. And the private cloud is not exposed to everyone. It is specifically for a limited amount of people so that the information is restricted to them. It is a complete control in your hand and it's more related to the security specific. Whereas into the hybrid cloud, we have sensitive information into the private cloud and all the other information into the public cloud. So let's understand more. Public clouds are provided by third-party vendors over the internet. So the example of it is AWS, Azure, GCP, and several others. Users share their same infrastructure and resources with other organizations or individuals. So even I can use the cloud or you can also use the cloud. Public cloud offers cost-effective, scalable, and easily accessible, making them popular among startups, small business, and individual. Majorly, all the organizations have some part in the public cloud. So that's why AWS and other clouds are so much in usage. Then in the private cloud, they're specifically dedicated to single organization and either hosted on on-prem. So generally, it is based on the on-prem and a third-party vendor. So this is never a good approach. We have private cloud almost into the on-prem side. So private cloud enhanced security, control, and customizations options are available, and that makes it suitable for compliance and requirements, specialized computing needs. So it's basically requiring for the more secured nature. So that's why for the more secure nature, we are going to make use of the private cloud. And hybrid cloud. Hybrid cloud is a combination of public and private. So in this organization can use the benefits of both. So using the Venn diagram, if I have to show, so if this is my public cloud, so and this is my private, and combination of both is gonna be hybrid. So in the hybrid cloud, we have all the information, or we can use both the benefits of public cloud and the private cloud. And organizations keep the sensitive information and critical information in private cloud while using the scalability, cost effectiveness of the public cloud. So it is more or less the acceptable way or the most widely used way of the market, because we do have some sensitive information also and some normal tasks which we can put into the public cloud. Hi everyone, let's see some more questions. So the first set of questions can be asked in two ways. So what are the different cloud computing models? The second is, what is the difference between infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, and software as a service? So we got three different computing models for the usage. So and basis on that, we can be having several questions on it. So the user even can ask just about a single computing model, which is infrastructure as a service or platform as a service. So it's totally a single way of asking the questions out. So let's see the how to answer it. So basically, in all the three different computing models, we have different responsibilities for the usage. For the infrastructure as a service, we don't manage the hardware part. So majorly all the hardware part is gonna be managed by AWS. So till here, which is till the virtualization level, it is gonna be managed by AWS. Whereas in the platform as a service, we are more concerned about what we are developing, like web app. So we are just concerned about how we are developing what is available in our website. So we are just concerned about our application and its data. We are not even considered where it is running, on which operating system it is running. So we are not concerned about that. So the third kind of is a software as a service. So in this, we are just utilizing the service. So the final utilization is in our hand. So let's see the example. You can take the example of software as a service as a Google Drive. So in terms of AWS, the example of PaaS is gonna be Elastic Beanstalk. So Elastic Beanstalk is a service which is based on PaaS level. Then for the infrastructure as a service, the most famous and the most utilized service is EC2. So these are the different services. So in order to cover once again all the services, so in the infrastructure as a service, it's a foundational of computing model, as it is most primarily used by EC2. And we have the responsibility even of the operating system, applications, data, and security. And the major benefits are, we have a more control on the use case. We have a high control, customization is possible, and scalability is allowed. Moreover, the drawbacks are, it is highly complex. We need time for the services, and it is ideal for the high control activities. Whereas in the platform or service, we are concerned just about the development part, the application side. So for faster development, reduced complexity, when we are just concerned about our work, then we should opt for platform as a service. So although there is a less control, but we have a vendor check-in, like as in the AWS is gonna be responsible for the operating system part. So faster application development, as we are just concerned about it. And software as a service is the final product, just utilizing. Even the Gmail is a final product. So ready to use software, just access, easy to use, limited control. We can just make the limited control. We can't manage like on which port it's running. We can't do anything, just utilizing the service. So it's easy to use, minimal upfront investment. So the most widely used, the EC2 is the example of infrastructure as a service. For the platform as a service, Elastic Beanstalk. And for the software as a service, you can take an example of Google Drive, Gmail, S3. So there are several services available out there. So where the infrastructure as a service is used, when we have to manage the entire major part rather than just hardware part, like operating system, applications, everything that is going to be coming under the infrastructure as a service. For the platform as a service, we are just managing our application. So how we are developing the application, how it is going to be managed, all the data that is going to be coming under the platform as a service. In the software as a service, it's the final product that we are utilizing. So this is how you can answer the different computing models.